Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division. Remember last-ish? Nick Fury began relating the swingin' saga of the New York blackout to FBI man Jimmy Woo. And as you might have guessed, our usual 12 pages ended with the dynamic director of S.H.I.E.L.D. falling from the top of the Statue of Liberty. Meanwhile, Captain America's gravity-nullifying harness has failed, leaving him in free fall high over Manhattan. Confused? You ain't seen nothing yet. Keep reading as Nick Fury narrates the terrifying tale of the Second Doom Ben. Look, on the Stratomonitor screens, it's Captain America falling out of the sky, directly above us. If you're wondering what this is doing here, we just couldn't find room anywhere else. Stan Lee, editor, Jim Steranko, writer-illustrator, Sam Rosen, letterer. He's in trouble.
We've got to do something. Can't we wait and see if he gets out at it himself? Ben, aw, I was only kidding. There's gotta be something around here we can catch a fella superhero with. Project Blackout, Part 2. Hurry! We haven't got a second to spare. Ben, if we're gonna save Cap, we've got to get up on the roof quick. The vacuolift! It's the fastest way up, the only way we can reach him in time to save his life. Yeah, even if we do, you might talk him to death. Hang on, old friend. I'm sending us up at maximum velocity. We'll be there in exactly 4 seconds. Just like the girl in Macy's elevator during the Christmas rush, huh? And like the man said, exactly 4 seconds later. You only got one chance to catch him, Stretch. Don't blow it. He's diving in at over 100 miles an hour. Can't stop him. Ben, you've got to break his fall. Great catch, Ben. You did it again. Blast it. How come I always get the rough jobs? Shish, couldn't he just come in the front door like everybody else? Richards, Ben Grimm, I owe both of you for saving my life. Don't sweat it, Cap. You'll make it up to us. No time for chatter now. Nick Fury's trapped on Bedloe Island by a spearhead of alien invaders. If you can't find a way to stop them... Hey, Reed just picked something strange up on one of those tubes he's always looking into. Right you are, big fella. And, if it's what my scanners indicate, we must get to work immediately. Cap, tell me everything you know on the way down to my lab. It's the only way we can possibly save Fury. So, you see, while Cap and Richards were figuring out how to choke off the strange invasion of New York City, I was trying to hold the fort my own way. Let me tell ya, John Wayne never had it this tough. They hit me like the Coney Island Express, sweeping me over the side like a blasted leaf in the wind. Kill the intruder. Follow the master's commands. Ugh, they're attacking in full force. I ain't got a chance. It'll be all over in another second. You done, Fury. Unless you can make a grab at that crown. Ugh, the strain, tearing at my arms. Looks like I got out of the frying pan and into the fire. The whole blamed statue's crawling with these creeps. It's only gonna take 'em a couple of seconds to get me lined up in their gun sights. So, looks like I gotta come on like gangbusters. Now, gotta hold out till Reed Richards comes through. He makes it in time. If I keep moving, maybe I can give 'em a run for their money. But these goons didn't react like men. More like machines. 'Cause before I could get back on my feet, they were zapping me with those nutty pistols. Yow! That was too close for comfort. Another inch or two, and I'd be frying like a slab of bacon. If I can only get my mitts on one of them crummy clubs those jokers are brandishing. Sorry to bust up the tea party, but you boys are beginning to bore me. In fact, the way things have been going around here lately, a guy could get the feeling he ain't well liked. Even with all the armor, he's going down like a ton of bricks. That electrified mace has the kick of a mule. Cripes, I can't even radio back to S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ. My communicator must have got busted in that last little fracas. Funny, I ain't seen anyone around here who even looks human.
All Bedloe Island's personnel were probably wasted when these punks showed up. Moments later, most I can do now is keep out of sight and hope the cavalry shows before all heck busts loose. This is the master. Only moments remain before the id paralyzer immobilizes America's East Coast. Sentries assume your positions. Gotta stop 'em. What happens to me don't matter if I can take out that blasted machine. But Cap had made it to the Baxter building, and at that very moment was preparing to get a counterplan off the ground, if it wasn't too late already. So it seems as though they're commanded by some sort of electronic thought impulse, as though they get their power from it. Yeah, Reed picked up a couple of messages on his toy switchboard. I thought it was just another one of them nutty space operas. We haven't a moment to spare. If only I can convert this experimental flying craft in time.
You mean you've figured out a way to stop the invasion? No time to say for sure, Avenger, but if we can tap enough energy, enough raw power, we may have a chance. Ben, get that electro-amplifier rifle I rigged up. Cap'll need it. Nuts. What happened to the days when guns shot good old-fashioned bullets? Bullets wouldn't stop this onslaught, Grim. They're too powerful. Their very bodies are capable of electrocuting an adversary. I know. I took the full force of a blast. My computers verify that, Cap. That's why I believe only a greater amount of energy than their own can stop them. But what about Colonel Fury? I wonder. Forget it, mister. Fury's one man who can hold his own anywhere. Time for you to get going. And if we can get our part done in time, you may be able to turn the tide of battle with that weapon.
I think I'll go along with you, Masked Man. Sorry, Ben. I'll need you to operate this aerial craft then. I guess I'll be the first to know if your timing's as good as your ideas. If not, I'll just say goodbye now. Never thought I'd see the day when the ever-loving thing would be pushing buttons instead of clobbering some costumed creep. Quit mumbling, Ben. You're more valuable here. Good luck, Cap, and Godspeed. Meanwhile, in case you're wondering how old Fury was keeping busy, time had run out. Just wasn't any point to stalling around longer. If I was gonna make a move, it had to be now. I assembled a delayed action time bomb. Somehow, I got back to that mind-paralyzing gadget without being seen. I felt like a mouse stealing cheese out of a mousetrap as I crept up under the big thing. I had to get it right. Or else... Where in Sam Hill is that masked man anyway? Should have been back by now. Or maybe they got him before he got out of here. Gotta do what I can on my own now. Don't know what'll happen, but I can't sit still and watch these creeps take over. Don't seem to be doing any good. Maybe I'm getting too old for this business, but if I go, I'll go fighting, and take as many with me as I can. Lucky they ain't spotted me yet. Just a few seconds more and... must be too close to this king-size gizmo making me weak. Can't plant the detonator. Something won't let me. Sapping my strength. Taking over my mind. Too late now. Too late. Then it happened. Before I could bat an eye, two of 'em jumped me, knocked me clean off my pins. Somehow I just didn't have the strength to fight back. Like when you dream, you know? The ground seemed to give way beneath me, and the blackness closed in. Fit these restraint bands on the outsider and throw him into the harbor. This time there will be no escape for him. Guess I came to a couple of minutes later. They had me all rigged up in some kind of steel tuxedo that fit me tighter than last year's shoes. Wasn't any doubt in my mind what was gonna happen next. Nice going, Fury. Just now, you couldn't bust out of a paper bag without help. Looks like your luck's run out. These meatballs are just getting you ready for the main event. And that's exactly what they had in mind as they tossed me off of the statue again. You might say it was getting to be a habit. This metal straitjacket, dragging me down like a lead balloon. Can only hold my breath. Another few seconds. Suddenly, something flashed into the icy water above me. Cap had seen what had happened as he approached on Richard's flying tricycle and decided to play lifeguard. A little while longer, and Nick Fury would have been nothing but fish food. Yeah, Dot Cap fished me out of the pond like a wet mackerel. I gulped mouthfuls of air and tried to clear the cobwebs out of my head. We've got to get that rig off you, Colonel. I'm going to use my shield to shatter those manacles. Brace yourself. Cap told me the situation as we headed back into the heart of the statue where he'd left the gizmo Reed Richards gave him, but they'd already found it. Must be one of those days, mister. Gotta grab that gadget away from 'em. Careful they don't turn the juice on you again. I'll have to use my shield. My costume's not insulated like yours. I'll take these two out, masked man. Get your mitts on that thing while you got the chance. The weapon's not functional. Colonel Richards' plan. Somehow it's not working. Well, if it don't get going in another second, he can forget it, 'cause here comes the showdown. It's now or never. Note, as all true believers now know, all the power on the East Coast was cut off at that self-same moment. Reed Richards had successfully tapped and transferred the electrical energy needed to activate the weapon given to Captain America. The saucer-type aircraft used for the operation had alighted at the Clay substation near Syracuse, which furnished the precise location and direction so necessary to Richards' plan. It was spotted a number of times and reported by many as a UFO, and its pilot, Ben Grimm, as a man from Mars. Long-winded Stan. Winghead's driving 'em back into the tunnel. Gotta hand it to Richards. That weapon's done exactly what he said it would, giving me a chance to get another crack at that eye paralyzer. My bomb, right where I dropped it. Gotta set it for detonation on impact. That's one machine'll never paralyze anybody. In another 3 seconds, it ain't gonna be nothing but a heap of junk. 1, 2, 3 then. The bomb did its job, ripping that oversized erector set into 1,000,000 pieces that even Humpty Dumpty couldn't get together again. Meanwhile, Cap was blasting those creeps with an electric charge that wouldn't quit, sending 'em scurrying like a pack of rats into their holes. The vibrations must have been too much, 'cause the whole blamed tunnel started to collapse, burying the bunch of 'em. Unfortunately, it destroyed all the evidence, too. The prisoners we took were like zombies, powerful men without minds. Of course it was all hushed up. No point in stirring up trouble if you don't have to. We never located the source of the invasion or who was behind it. There's only one man who's capable of such an incredible assault. The one you seek is called the Yellow Claw. I swore revenge on Jimmy Woo years ago. Now all the world will tremble as the demonic shadow of the Yellow Claw once again falls across the earth. Little does S.H.I.E.L.D. know I have an even more deadly, more sinister plan about to materialize. The years I've spent plotting and executing crimes in every country on the globe, building an empire of evil, waiting for the right moment to unleash undreamed of forces against those who would defy my will. But perhaps the plan you speak of will fail. Perhaps it would be better to live in solitude, away from the civilization which exiled you. Take care, Suan. The Yellow Claw has little patience with such words. Even now, he prepares a diabolic plot to menace the world. An infallible scheme he refers to only as the Second Doom. Silence. Soon, Suan, my beloved niece, you will sit by the side of the master of the world. It will be most unfortunate if your friend Jimmy Woo once again interferes. To be continued.
Next issue. Strange Tales number 162.